welcome back everybody to the GOCASE Challenge. I'm Squid CS and you're joining me live from Hamburg for the 5th match of the day. It's been a long one, but we are getting live into this one right now. We're live in the 9th round. It's another bout of Inferno against these two Russian teams, BruningBlades and DeepDarkDanger. They're going to be taking center stage for this one. Looks like, what was that? BruningBlades just win that 9th round? I completely missed it. I wasn't watching. Hopefully somebody was. Was anybody watching? I don't think so. Anyway. It's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, both of these teams going 0-1 in their bracket. Often, well, that means that one of them is going to be 0-2. Nice, and one away from going home empty-handed. Obviously, $10,000 up for grabs as well. So, we've got a lot to play for in this one. And it's all about this matchup. 1-1 is definitely a salvageable scoreline, but in the Swiss system, you don't often see a team go from being 0-2 to getting very far in the tournament. So we'll be seeing what happens in this Russian bout soon. Match about to start. We're going live with this pistol round. It's going to be BruningBlades on this CT side. Russians, obviously. All Russian, it's an all Russian affair, it's an all Ruski, it's all vodka. We're getting live into this one now, so Sin's going to pick up the smoke, the double flashbang. Not too much utility to be using though, so that one smoke can't go very far. It can be very easily countered, and Vitia's going to even spot out that initial information towards mid and spot out Sind as well. He did just toss over that smoke straight into the back line, but BruningBlade is right here, and Levitate missing a lot of crucial shots there, and they're approaching him, only finds the one. Palic able to capitalize. These smokes are still down for DeepDarkDanger. They're going to be able to get that bomb down, but Palic have got a good crossfire on this bomb site. Trying to look for a head here, Vitia is, but not finding anything whatsoever. DeepDarkDanger just locked in place here. They're not being able to move anywhere. Palic has to look towards behind. They need to be supportive of each other as these USPs do get a little bit closer. They've got this triangulation defense, but it's falling apart as all 3 headshots come through, and Zen's kit has to be rotated in there now. Plenty of time. 1-0 here on Inferno. Obviously, we've seen some very CT-orientated defenses recently, very heavily CT-sided Inferno, and then when it came to the Game Agents game the other day, we saw a very T-sided affair. So this one is definitely very up in the air. You don't really know what to expect until the game's over, in fact. But DeepDarkDanger losing to No Reg on Train, who haven't been overwhelming. Positive so far, but a couple of pistol kills come through there. BruningBlades need to be very wary about walking into these one-shotters. The P250, obviously such a powerful weapon at close range. CZ, maybe one of the most powerful pistols, maybe the most powerful pistol in the game. BruningBlades, on the other hand, had a loss against XCOM on Train that we just saw beat No Reg right there, so maybe BruningBlades favored in some ways. We don't know, because a lot of these players are very much lower tier Russian and CIS opposition. And they're being dispatched off up Banana. This B site's completely compromised. Foga's got to go for the re-rotate. And Santis is right here behind, so with one man now gone, Vitia's going to have to be worried about his back as well, who is approaching and encroaching onto his position ever so quickly. And Palic is just going to swing out, find him with an MP9. Long-range headshots. Don't often see that. 1-1. Zati's put another one on the board. Earlier in the T side of DeepDarkDanger, it was only really Palic and Sind who showed up. Look at the scoreboard now. It's Palic right at the top. He's only on 2 frags. See, it's very early days in this game so far. BruningBlades just playing this 3-2 setup, taking Banana control as well. This is something that was critical of Game Agents and Fnatic Academy in their Inferno bout the other day. They weren't taking Banana control. You need to have as much control towards that side of the map as possible, because if you don't, you allow these Ts to set up right outside. You can just rain smokes in onwards. You can see DeepDarkDanger just playing pretty passive here, waiting for some mistakes to be made. Know that the economy on BruningBlades is going to be running kind of thin right now. It means that they are almost definitely going towards the A site at this point. They've taken so much control towards this side of the map. They're about to go for this execute. There's pop flash in. I'm going to find a kill off the back of it. Instead, Sin just getting completely dinged down. It's Deagle trying to chip through. Vitia's going to find one and back off. There's Escape, but he peeked way too far out. And this has fallen apart for BruningBlades. This Force Spy really not working out for them. The Molotov placed as well. Gonna lock him in place for the time being. And Zenit's stuck here on this bomb site. So DeepDarkDanger gonna almost definitely win this one. I'd have certainly liked to see them save as soon as those initial frags came through. Zend and Foga, though, now just backing off. UMP and Deagle both have Kevlar. Kisk Anya 2002 says exclamation mark Betties. If you don't know what Betties are at home, they are our Twitch currency. So every minute you watch, you get a Betty, and you can spend them on mice, keyboards, monitors. We've got gaming chairs. There's all sorts of stuff, and you can gamble as well. You can see what commands we've got, what chat commands, right below the stream. It's a whole host of commands that we've got for like betting, gambling, and sending other people betties and all of that stuff. It's a lot of fun. DeepDarkDanger have started to build that money up at this point. You can see that this was just a buy-up, so they picked up rifles off the back of that. They didn't have to go for the reinvestment into the third. Nevertheless, they still stayed alive with 3 players, so they have had to purchase pretty much no weapons in this whole game, apart from the 2 invested upon here and the 2 in the previous round, and that's going to work wonders for their economy. You can see 7,600, 5,500, loads of money. Loads of misses there. That was extremely messy. DeepDarkDanger just going to run right through onto Banana, throwing the AK-47s away. Needs to kind of back off here. I don't think he wants to take the challenge, but nails a headshot regardless. Strange with his dome. That's 1 to 3. This is where BruningBlades needs to put something on the board. Zen's going to drop over that AWP, spending pretty much all of his bank on that one. He's going to have no utility for this. So 0 Molotovs. They're running exceptionally low when it comes to the grenades. And DeepDarkDanger, they should be able to know this. They know that the CT side hasn't really been able to build up much of a bank, so they're not going to have too much in terms of support this round. I'd like to see DeepDark bait out a couple of these smokes and then push in a little bit later, but you can see that CD side have done pretty good work at conserving them so far, but it's wide choke points, and on Inferno, it's sometimes not that effective. I think the banana smoke is one of the only effective smokes in this map. So a 3-2 setup now. As DeepDarkDanger, they've sniffed it out. They're going towards this A side of things. Levitate stuck in pit, but the Molotovs rain on through. And those, you can see there's no counter utility there, no counter flashes. They're being absolutely ripped apart. Zenit there, able to jump over the AWP. There's still a man in pit, and they know it. There's another frag coming through. Levitate rips his head off. Another one from Zenit. And this is going to be a 4-1 scoreline. DeepDarkDanger, with only 2 players really showing up at the previous map that they played in this tournament. They've got a 1-1 record on Train. They've got a 0-2 record on Inferno. It's extremely poignant. You need to remember as well that they're not always playing the best players in the world, best teams in the world on this map. If you type in exclamation mark shop, that's exactly where you can spend your betties on. So, AWP for Vitia, 3 CZs. This is quite a hefty investment for a team who doesn't have too much money. 1,500, sorry, on Evo is not a lot of money to be using in this next round. You can see DeepDarkDanger, they've won 5 in a row as of now, so they don't need to conserve so much money. They're going to get 3,400 loss bonus after this. And DeepDarkDanger, they're just making their way in towards the A side of things. So CZ's trying to raffle off through that smoke. Not going to connect. Evo certainly will, though. There's a headshot straight over. That flash worked to perfection, but Palic is able to save his teammate. And BruningBlades losing players thick and fast everywhere. Zen's trying to go for the rotate inwards. And Evo springs into life, drops that bomb. 3 versus 3 as these CZs are doing a ton of damage. The AK-47 needs to chip back through now. And Evo loses his head. There's the final man with an AWP spotted out. And they know that it's an AWP. So they can play this one exceptionally passive. He's trying to make his way through right now. It's with just a pistol, but he whiffs that shot, and Palic is able to capitalize. BruningBlades, they're coming out bottom of all of these situations. They are really falling apart and not hitting the shots when it really matters. That AWP shot right there should have actually been quite an easy one. Might have been a 1 versus 2, but should have been able to nail it. Vitya back with the AWP this time. Nice angle. That's one that at this tier of Counter-Strike you don't always check it. You've got a lot of control onto Banana with the AWP. Obviously that one-shot kill rifle. And Zenit gets eliminated. I'd like to often see a pop flash towards that side of the map. The top tier of CS, you'd often see a pop flash to counter out that AWP. You'd usually be playing your second AWP up there as well, because your primary AWP probably would be maybe towards the A site, or not going for a boost like that. Sometimes doesn't really work out. Vitya is able to slaughter one, and they're walking right to the blender here. Nice flick. Elimination. And BruningBlades, that's their first convincing round since that pistol. They're losing 5 in a row. It's BruningBlades now going to take a tactical pause. Double AWPs for BruningBlades for the first time as well. Obviously, only having 2 rounds, you can't afford it. Two to 5. Obviously, BruningBlades, what are they really going to be discussing? They want to go for a slight change-up. Obviously, straight after losing, the way the economy works in CSGO, straight after losing that one, that resets your loss bonus. So if BruningBlades were to lose this round right here, right now, every player would only get 1,400, apart from, well, except the 3,400, way lower than that they were yielding and wielding just 2 rounds ago. So BruningBlades really need to win this one, and they're going to have practically no money once they go for the full investment. You can see Levitate. I don't even know if he's got enough money for a gun here. Is he looking towards an M4 on the ground? He is. So everybody has the buy-ups. They've got a 2,000 buffer on 3 players, but everybody else with nothing. It's actually 0 points for those of you who speak French at home. 2 to 5 though, and a 5 AK-47 setup for DeepDarkDanger. No AWP threat, and this is something that we saw from them earlier in the week when they were playing on Train. They often don't get out that 5th man with the AWP, and they have got the money to go for it. You can see Zenit with 5,350. There's 5,300. That 4th player, and 5 to 2. That being the scoreline, you'd often be saying this is the part of the half where you really want to get the AWPs out and changing the game up slightly. Now they're trying to counteract Vitya's AWP, and he gets flashed off of that corner. Needs to poke in for another frag though, and he does, and he gets straight out of there. Back into danger here is Zend, trying to catch them on the cross, doing so much damage, and he's going to flash straight through there. Could have pushed that smoke, doesn't exactly want to do it. They have the man advantage, doesn't want to force the issue too much as they're taking a side angle. Stuck at the back of this bomb site. He's been watched by 2 players. It's the AWP, the M4 there, and there's the Molotov. This is why you need to conserve so much, but he actually finds that first frag. There's the second headshot as well. That's unbelievable. Now BruningBlades, they want to make their way back in, but another headshot's hitting Vitya. How's he going to be able to get back onto this bomb site? Goes for the tap, and it's Palic round the side, put the 6th round on the board. That was all due to those headshots. Straight at the back of the site, stood in the fire and flames, and spat on his own fire in return. I am completely destroyed. 2-6. Is this Russian T side really stepping up here on Inferno? Evo and Levitate, both playing this A site. They haven't got a single primary weapon between them. Obviously, this is going to force these other 2 players towards the side of the map as well. No headshot for Evo as he gets taken out. Now Foga around this corner is just probably looking to save this rifle at this point. Wants to keep the M4 in hand. There's going to be another one for DeepDarkDanger. We've seen some fairly one-sided games today. No overtimes just yet. I think we saw 2 or 3 overtimes in round 1 of the Swiss system that you would not expect. Invite teams against qualified teams, usually that's just an outright stomp. All of the results went the way that we did predict. All 8 invite teams making it through to the second round with a 1-0 record, but often those are just all stomps. It's all 16-4, 16-5s, albeit we did see a couple of those. But here on Inferno, this is looking pretty one-sided. And Inferno, as of late, has looked pretty one-sided as well. This T side has been so damn strong for so many teams. We saw Game Agents take 11 rounds on the T side pretty consistently as well. I think they took 11-4 in both of their bouts that they faced off against enemy teams. Obviously, very proficient on the T side of that map. Nice flash over. Seems like a bit of a waste though, because you've got no peek behind it. But they're certainly going to peek behind this one. Sent here with company, right through that smoke. Not going to be able to pick anybody apart. Is DeepDarkDanger looking to maybe go towards this A site and get a wraparound? Evo's eliminated, now Levitate in pit. Needs to do a lot of work with this Famous. Lines players up, but he's back to the pistol. He's unable to even find his seconds, so DeepDarkDanger have this site on absolute lockdown right now. They are running a little low on the old HP, but with BruningBlades closing in, it's all about whether this AWP can ring through and they can find something with the AK-47. Zend getting himself into position to be able to eliminate Santis. Spots out the very tip of his head, but he's unable to shoot it off in time. Instead, tosses a Molotov in. That's going to force Zenit out of position and right into the open. You can see there's a second man in apps. That's Foga. And he could be able to capitalize off this. Palic stuck in the corner, and he's going to be taken out as well. So the one kit from Foga, yeah, they're going to have just enough time. Right, 1.5 seconds on that diffuser, and that would have been another round for Deep Dark. That's often why you don't want to play the majority of your members stuck on the bomb site, because there are so many angles and avenues of approach for the CT to re-rotate in. You've got from Arch, you can have this passive angle here, and you can just watch anybody playing aggressive. You've obviously got from Kitchen, where you can see straight onto the bomb site, right over those boxes. Then obviously you've got the flank, and right through from apps as well. You've got so much to worry about if you're a T on this A site that it doesn't always work out. DeepDarkDanger getting mollied right out of the top of apps, and it looks like BruningBlades does want to take map control here. This has been working for them, but that flash, well, that's perfect. Gifts them the top of banana, and it means that BruningBlades has this area under control. It means that BruningBlades won't allow DeepDarkDanger to just go for a straight-up execute onto this B site, which did look like the plan earlier on. They've got the nades, they had the map control. 7-3 being the scores on the doors. BruningBlades just wants to find an open and pick sometime soon. Santis making his way around. These hay bales is an absolute playground for a player with good first bullet accuracy. Sim gonna hit that lightning fast headshot, even pre-firing onto Soda's position, and Focus even gonna go down there. So Zen from up top, just looking to transfer, almost finding 3. Palic exceptionally low as he taps the numbers into this bomb. It's Evo and Levitate to try and make their way in. The smokes are placed and planted, but Palic going to be joining his teammate to watch this right angle. Another headshot comes through, and this is only Levitate left. He even wants to go through this smoke, and this is not going to work out. He's got the side angle to watch, but Palic all out in the open, and Levitate might actually be able to make this one work. Looks for the final man in the corner, and Levitate just quite close in, but the headshot's hit, and Levitate falls. It's DeepDarkDanger to take another one. Palic finding that opening. Obviously, only one primary weapon for Foga, and he's not got armor. He's not got body armor to buy up around it. So I can't remember. I don't think he saved it. No, he didn't. Everybody died on the BruningBlades side. So he bought that M4 at the start of this round without any Kevlar. That is something that you rarely see. I don't know if it was a misbuy or whether it was miscommunication from his teammates. But an M4 placed, and he's likely going to be able to save this one. Three to 8 here. There's DeepDarkDanger, obviously wanting to keep as many players alive as possible. T-side, if they survive with all 4 of these players alive, they're going to be able to have rifles in their hands for the final 2 rounds of this half as well. 13, 14, 15. And they'd likely get onto an 11-4 scoreline, 12-3 scoreline. Something to that merit. And BruningBlades are going to keep hold of this 1 M4. They're going to be able to get a buy in the 13th. You can see now they're going to be up on, well, Evo's not going to have much money. He's going to have 2,900. A couple of players on just above 3,000. They're going to be sat on 3,300 really here, BruningBlades. So I'm not sure what they're going to go for, whether they quasi this or whether they actually go for the full investment. I think the latter, and yeah, that's exactly what we see. Zenit there, only finding the 1. Looked like he had a lot of banana control. Looked like he was going to really just romp his way onto that bomb site. But Foga, he is able to hold it down, and that means that B stays alive for just a little bit longer. that Molotov is really going to do nothing. Zend is sent backwards onto this A site. BruningBlades have 3 members, so DeepDarkDanger kind of have to sniff this one out and go towards B, but I don't know if they're going to realize in time. Evo's playing exceptionally close to this corner. Perfect flash inwards. He's able to capitalize. That UMP ruining faces. And a 3 versus 4 situation. Sin playing on Banana. He is the map control for them, but BruningBlades, they're going for the full rotation off. Why are they doing this? This is a complete gambling guess. They have no information at all. And now the bullets come through. They rail in on the A site. They have to be able to dismantle Evo right now, but here's the re-rotation, and DeepDarkDanger just a couple of seconds too late. BruningBlades now again with this 3-1 setup. And Sind gonna make a little bit of noise through that smoke. He's going back once more. Evo, he is close onto this bomb site. Palich not looking the right way. Zen's gonna eliminate both of them, and now it's only Sin, and he's got 8 seconds left. No way he's gonna be able to do this one. Round over. A 4th round for BruningBlades. Lucky he died before time as well. Obviously, 0 money if you die after. Now DeepDarkDanger, they're gonna spend the majority of their money in this 14th round, so low if they actually lose this one, but they'll have enough to go for a half buy in the last round. Go for a bit of a force. Straight onto mid. BruningBlades, again, have the crossfire on A. They've got a good setup to be able to deal with this push through. Entry frag inbound, but completely missing. And that crossfire works wonders. Just Zenit left. And this half is almost over. Only 1 round left, only 1 more opportunity left. It's Zenit able to hold 2 down. Not going to matter, these are only consolation frags. Going to be 5 to 9 here. If the shots on Zend, but he's going to eliminate his opponent. Zend over Zenit. And just 1 round left of this half. We're halfway through our day here. Make sure you hit that follow button. You want a couple of free betties, you can do exactly that. We're going to be streaming 3 more games after this one. Obviously the Existence versus Isoka Boars coming up at 8:30. That's probably the one to watch today. It's one that I'm really excited for. Palich just stuck up in apps, but DeepDarkDanger, they're finding openings everywhere. And it's a completely clean E-bomb site. Evo doing quite a bit of damage there. Obviously needs a couple more. That all perfectly placed by Palich. And it's just Zen left. Needs a 1 versus 4. As he has wrapped his way around here behind. And here on Tombstone, almost getting both frags. There's a secondary headshot. So this one's definitely possible, but lost a lot of health points in that engagement. Zenit and Palich both need to put this man 6 feet under. Zen just edging his way inwards. Zenit's going to be the... Well, I was going to say Zenit's going to have to be the pincer, but he eliminates with the AWP. It's Palich dropping that 3rd man, and 5 to 10 being the scoreline here. Great start from DeepDarkDanger. They can win the pistol round. Very likely going to be able to take this one over the edge. So back in the second half, just a 20-second intermission before we get into the second bout of CS here between BruningBlades and DeepDarkDanger. And it's been fairly interesting so far. BruningBlades didn't really do anything. They couldn't really put many rounds on the board together. I thought that this was probably going to be a very long, messy game of Counter-Strike with lots of mistakes made on both team CT sides. So BruningBlades certainly have done that, but now it's down to them to capitalize onto the mistakes of DeepDarkDanger. On Inferno, it's very hard to keep control of both bomb sites, and retaking's very difficult as well. If you're down in the 2 versus 2 region, you don't often see it. Kills coming through both ends, and from Apps trying to spray down a couple with the USPS, but it doesn't work out, and Evo's able to survive on 8 HP here. Zen's pretty low as well. He's down to 55, so just a couple of taps into his body can eliminate him, but obviously that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for a single headshot. Sind has the kit. 2 other players with Kevlar. It's going to be all on Zenit here, who's got a P2000. Not a weapon that we see very often at all. There's the first man, eliminated right through the edge of that box as well. Zenit, he hasn't done his job though. He needs to just hold them out for a little bit longer. Needs to stop this plant from going down. There's Sin finding one through the corner of that smoke. And it's all down to Zenit whether he can hit this shot. Needs to hit it now. He does. Right side of the head. Vitia's gone. And now it's only Foga left. He's planted that bomb. And both of these players are on 22 HP apiece. Foga has to hit 1 bullet into the body on each man, and he's on. They're not checking him either. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. BruningBlades up onto 7. They didn't even think to check behind them. Six to 10 here. And BruningBlades winning that pistol round was everything that they needed. That opportunity to put some rounds on the board on the T-side Inferno, which has actually amounted to be quite a T-sided map. BruningBlades making their way in towards the A site. They're only going to be greeted by 2 CTs here. And one of them's Sind, who hasn't got the Kevlar to really work with in this situation. Now just Santis with 10 HP, trying to spray with the Deagle madly. Isn't going to be able to find that final man. And this is likely going to be a 7 to 10 scoreline. So BruningBlades strongly in contention to be able to take this one to a victory here. Obviously, it's so hard to keep these players at your bomb sites when they're firing all cylinders. Zenit here, just with the CZ being wrapped in awards. And Levitate's going to eliminate him. Just Palich left. He's the final man. He's just playing on Tombstone towards this B bomb site, getting his practice in. Players are wrapping him behind him as well, so he's going to turn around and both players are here. Oh, misses the shots. His crosshairs is way off right there. About a yard away. Armantilis, if you type in !shop, you got the Betties. You type in !shop or store. Is it !store? I think it is. By the way, all the commands are right down in the bio below the stream. So. Double there. BruningBlades should be able to just salvage this B-bomb site super easily. Obviously got this stack here that Levitate is actually going to hear behind that smoke. They're all going to push him. And he actually gets dinked there, so he's not going to be able to make... Oh, he actually does make his way out temporarily, but even eliminates another one. But he only drops the MAC-10. That's not a weapon that I'd like to see Santis keep into the 19th round. That's their opening gun round. They've played pretty reserved as far as their economy is concerned. They want to do a little more damage, but all 4 of these primary weapons staying alive. That UMP being the SMG, and then 3 AK-47s seeing their hands. Now, DeepDarkDanger. This is where we find out what they're made of. Sin's going to be able to pick up the AWP if you wanted it, but instead just goes for the M4 in Kevlar as well. Had 5,500, going to spend most of it on that buy-up right there. Now BruningBlades, putting a couple of people towards Banana. That Molotov going to work its magic. Zed it up close and personal for another. That's nice, and he even picks up an AK-47 as well, so trades up that UMP, and Deep Dark are going to be able to fall back to the B site with the man up. A lot of noise made inside as well, so there's an aid. Levitate not going to take any damage from that engagement. He's just looking inside, just seeing if he can hear Levitate on this one. So you've got tees towards that side of the map as well. Molotov's placed behind smokes. That's to bait a man out of that back corner. And here for BruningBlades, it's all about just trying to trade this one back. Sin would be the easier target on only 19 points of health. One bullet with any weapon could count him out. But DeepDarkDanger, you often say that you want to play a mirror setup on the A site of Inferno. So if there's one guy playing aggressive, you want to also play aggressive towards the other side. I'm talking about Arch and Short here, where you're playing Sind up here. You want another man towards Apps. There we go. He's going to be able to eliminate him with that headshot. It was able to actually trade it back, so this still works in DeepDarkDanger's favor, but the B site is going to be the point of contest as Zenit playing right above this smoke. They're going to have to push straight through, and oh, Vitya, he hits that fast shot. Now it's down to Palic here, who's able to spray down 3, and just Evo left. Palic is likely going to be able to find him as well. Stolen away. Palic. Sad. But 8-11 as DeepDarkDanger put their first CT round on the board here. You don't want to see Sin go for this peek here. He has not got this angle with the AWP. You saw how he looked to want to look down ramp. He didn't do that with very good reason. Zenit has the Molotov out as well. This is in combination with Palic just looking down Banana to get all the info, so he's not going to be caught with a nade in his hand. But Zenit's here and he's ready to throw it at any moment. This is, I think, going to be for Carr. He's just like lining it up. He would look straight upwards. I think it's also to hide from anybody who does push quite fast so he can get his... What does he have? An M4 out in more time. He's actually got a UMP, so this is not the best weapon to be utilizing in this situation. And Palic just going for the quick peeks. Santis stuck in this corner, able to rattle off enough shots and almost finds all 3. Boga does actually trade it back, but there's Sin with the AWP to eliminate another one. Vitya with an AWP of his own going on to the B site. We've seen him open with this weapon before, but he's stuck in the corner. He's got multiple angles to check and watch. And Zenit just stuck here on this site. And Vitya, misses that shot, needs to follow up, doesn't, gets charged down by Palic, who's been an absolute superstar in these last couple of rounds. That's 8-12 is DeepDarkDanger. They're approaching this victory. They need 4 more, and they're just getting rolling with this double AWP setup. Palic going to be utilizing one. He's going to be probably playing that towards the graveyard option again. Sind going to be playing the AWP towards A. Oh, Zenit, here's just rushing in, wants the kills. Gets him with the nade. There's a shot shot as well. Santis just catching those baited players. Foga absolutely baited those two players there to get that one kill, but it's worth it. You get the kill. That's what you want. Great bait, mate. All right, 28 out of 8. Like to see him orchestrate a late bait. Lots of shots through the smoke there. Zend down to 16 HP. Even more. There's half taken away from Vitya. He's being chased away. Remember that Foga can't see what he can see. You can see, well, without that X-ray on, but it looked like he was tracing through that wall. Such perfect game sense there. You almost feel it in your stomach. Nice shot from Sind. Was boosted up a long time ago. He's able to eliminate Vitya there. That AWP threat, he was on half health. Great elimination. And Sind's actually getting aggressive down Banana as well. So that's the second man gone. And a 3 versus 5. Evo with the worst Molotov I've ever seen. Places it down right under his feet. And with 8 to 13, you can't afford to make mistakes like that. BruningBlades with the triple AK-47 setup, going to be rotating it right in towards his A site. Palic is watching and waiting with the AWP, has that angle on lockdown, has the follow-up shot as well, but just misses Foga. He's able to capitalize. Now these two final men do have to get in behind this Molotov. They've not got much time left, only 16 seconds on the clock. You can see from pit, they're getting sprayed down. That's Evo gone. The crossfire is beautiful. Nowhere near that bomb site to plant the C4, and 8 to 14 to scoreline. So BruningBlades, they are just 2 away from the loss here. And remember, they'd be 0 to 2 down in Swiss system with only 1 more opportunity. They'd have to win 3 out of 3 matches to make it to that main stage, to that final stage. See the best of 3s away in early May. Big spray down. Santis just eliminates 4 and 5. I think maybe the first ace of the day. Maybe the first ace of the GOCASE Cup. I think that we saw 1 more ace last week, or a couple of aces last week. Not too many. Don't often see them. An absolute mow down. And now DeepDarkDanger, they've got to win 1 out of 7 rounds to end this one early. Flashes and smokes over. Great angle there onto Sind, who had that AWP just watching down mid through the smoke. Wasn't expecting a man in apps. Obviously, if you're playing that angle, you need some supporting cover from the other. You're not really watching. You're not watching Boiler. And he's able to be capitalized from the side inwards. And BruningBlades, this could be a good way to get back into this series, back into this best of 1. Going for this B split. We saw this earlier from Game Agents. This was incredibly effective against everybody that they played against. B split is probably the best tactic to use here on Inferno. You've got to watch so many different angles. And from up top, Zenit is absolutely counted out of this one. Just Palic left, and he's unable to rattle off the shot in time. Just 2 men left on this CT side. They are going to be rotating inwards through Banana, but yeah, Zend, he's just holding this one down. Gets traded out, but it's a 1 versus 3. This final round's actually going to go for it. So BruningBlades does lose another man. They've got Foga and Levitate left. And he is approaching in towards this bomb site. He's got to break another crossfire here. That Molotov, oh, it's Almost. Oh, it is perfect. Forces Fogger forward. Has to be wary about behind. There's another headshot. Levitate. Oh, he's all out in the open. Has to get this smoke down in the defuse. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. He's going for this one. This is game over. Deep Dark with the ninja defuse. Last second there. And that is 16-8 here on Inferno. What impressive stuff to end the game early. And here today, obviously, that is going to be their Russian opposition on that CT side, going down 0-2 in this bracket. Anyway, that's not all the Counter-Strike over. We've got 3 more games coming at you live. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the remainders of these matches. See you soon.